I've got to tell you, the checks in the mail could already be a redundant expression. After all, what's a check? But in a few years' time, you might also ask, what's mail? That comes after the government agreed to a new structure for Australia's Post's letters delivery business, which includes mail being delivered only every 2 days, an ability to charge more for express mail deliveries, and an extra day for deliveries to rural and regional areas. Now, I've got a couple of examples to show you. So, say from metro to metro, let's call it Sydney to Melbourne, say. Letter deliveries will now be 4 days, and that's up from 3 previously. From metro to regional areas, say to Broome from Sydney or Melbourne, that'll rise from 4 days currently to 5 days. And from regional to regional, say from Mount Isa, again, we'll use Broome, delivery times will rise from 5 days to 6 days. The idea is to stem the losses from the letters business. Last year, it lost $200 million to allow more investment in the highly profitable parcels business without having to go back to the shareholder, which is the government, every time cap in hand to get some more capital. Well, today I caught up with the Australia Post Chief Executive, Paul Graham, just a little earlier.
Well, as you know, Ross, we lost $200 million last year, and without what we regard as sensible reforms announced by the government in the past week, we would have been in a continued loss-making situation. That would have led to us going to the government for a handout, which is what we have seen in other postal jurisdictions globally. And we have said from the beginning, the last couple of years, as we've started this journey of talking to the government and all stakeholders about reform, that we don't think that's necessary. We think we can be financially sustainable. However, there's things that we can do within our gift, drive efficiency, focus on costs, but there are things that the government needs to step up to the plate, and that is in relation to reform, and I'm happy to see the government do that in the past week.
So do these reforms go far enough to make Australia Post a self-sufficient business that does not need to go cap in hand to the government?
These in themselves will not be, but it certainly lays a strong foundation for the future to a pathway to sustainability from a financial perspective. The government is aware of that, but these first phase of reform, along with all the work we're doing as part of our post-26 strategy, will lay a really strong foundation. And as we continue to see the decline of mail, which is inevitable, then we'll continue to work with the government on what we see as a logical next step of reform.